welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for January the 6th through January the 12th. And what a celestial sky we have this week. Wow, major. But I'll get into that in the astrology report. Right now, we're on the intro, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you will return. These are general readings and they're for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, click on this link, which will take you to my website, and you can see what readings I offer. I live to give readings, guys. Now, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. Don't forget that. There will be skip times for the intro, the astrology report, and the tarot card reading if you are checking out your sun, moon, and rising. All the other links and everything will be in the show more section below, so you can always check below in the description box and click on any of the links in there. You know, if you want to look at the other readings, or it takes me a minute sometimes to get the links up, you know, but once everything's up, then I put the links up. Please help me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. And now, without further ado, let's get to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. And first, I just can't go without mentioning and putting my heart out there for Australia and all those fires. And, you know, I can't spend too much time on that because I get very emotional, but I'm praying for them. And I just, if anyone's watching from Australia, my God, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. And maybe this is what I don't want to say this is what we need, to take this. Maybe governments around the world will hear this and take some action and towards climate control and perhaps people will stop denying that there's a climate crisis. Anyway, I have to move on from that. I get very emotional with that. It's very, very sad. All the animals and anyway. The year 2020 will not be easy. If you are one of my patrons or one of my patrons, you can check out my Patreon page, guys. I am going to do a yearly forecast for those for those patrons by sign, and I'm working on that. And it is challenging. For most of us, will be affected, especially those in cardinal signs. Cancer. excuse me. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. We will be most affected by this huge astrological event coming up. But let me go on to Thursday, January the 10th, the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer at 20 degrees. At 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Full moons, as most of you know, is when the moon is opposite the sun, and it's actually the sun is lighting up the moon. It's full on. It's exactly opposite, right? So their energies are melding, right? They're almost married, if you will, because it's kind of a seesaw effect. But not only is the moon opposite the sun at this time, it's also opposite Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn, and the South Node. So I can't help but mention in Capricorn, there's Jupiter, the Sun, Mercury, the South Node, Pluto, and Saturn. And 2 centaurs are also in there. And there's never been that many planets in Capricorn. I think it's been 735 years, according to Pam Gregory. It's 735 years. I haven't checked it in the ephemeris, but I believe her because she does a lot of research. And she does mundane, which is all about, government and the world. I do more personal, so I do appreciate her knowledge on that. Okay, so this is the okay, so the moon in Cancer is going to be all about kind of family, relationships, it's emotional, it's about home. And Capricorn, which is opposite, is all about the government and kind of authority and really about career and work and things like that. So it's about that balance. It's about those opposing energies. And this, look, full moons are about releasing, letting go, right? Ending, culminations. Um, and eclipses are even more about that. So eclipses can kind of bring something to the forefront that's like secrets are revealed, things, realizations are coming into play, and this is about clearing things out. It's about um, trimming the fat, streamlining. What do you need as opposed to what do you want? It's really about streamlining. It's about not having more than you need. That's what it's about. It's clearing things out. It is organizing. It is getting rid of sometimes people, places, things, whatever isn't serving you anymore or that, doesn't align with you anymore, because we outgrow friendships and relationships sometimes. Sometimes we stay in them well past their expiration date. And we need to kind of look at that. Things may come to a head where we'll see that and we'll see that we need to move on. It's those of us who are more self-aware and want to grow and move forward in this on this journey, we'll see what we need to let go of. So change is inevitable. This is about change. Neptune is it's in a trine to the eclipse. Our intuition and psychic abilities are heightened, and our sensitivity to other people's energies are also heightened. We can feel their moods, we can feel their energies. And, if you're surrounded by toxic people, that's toxic. It's going to affect you personally. So you want to, surround yourself or protect yourself and not get too tuned in. If you find yourself tuning into somebody who's like raging or depressed or, in a terrible mood, don't take it personally. Retreat from their energy. So, a lot of emotions can be brought up. It's a very emotional time. Well, some of us are feeling it now. Also, on Thursday, January the 10th, Uranus stations direct. Now, it has been retrograde since August the 12th, 2019. So that's 5 months. And it will station direct now. It's been slowing down. Now, this Uranus is the planet of electrifying sudden changes and happenings. Uranus rules electricity. It's like lightning and thunder. And it's the higher octave of Mercury. It's about fast thinking, sudden happenings. And as it slows down to go direct, its symbolism amplifies. So, electronics could go awry. I've been having that. I mean, I've had a lot of technical issues the last week or so. So I know that this has been happening to me. So that will bring an element of the unknown into the mix on Thursday as well, and actually before and after. They say eclipses last up until 6 months, but so look, this brings me to our huge astrological event that astrologers have been talking about for years. That is Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Now, as I mentioned before, we have Jupiter, the Sun, the South Node, Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn all in Capricorn, plus two centaurs, Plutos and Chariklo. But I'm not going to get into them. That's a whole other video. But anyway, there's not been that many planets in Capricorn for 735 years. That's a long time. This is huge. It's massive. There's massive change. People who will be affected by this are those in cardinal signs particularly, and that is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and of course Capricorn, where it's all happening. So they are the ones who are most affected by this. But of course, depending on where your planets are, so many of us are. This is because it's all in Capricorn, it's global too. We're already seeing changes happening. We're already seeing politics and catastrophes happen around the world, because Saturn is about rules and regulations and the old order, right? He's like the father figure. And Pluto is about breaking the old systems down so that new systems can replace. So it's about destruction, it's death and rebirth, right? Well, the destruction part is kind of, it's stressful for us. And we're seeing that in Australia. We're seeing it, Iran, number 2 guy being taken out. I mean, and things are definitely going to progress exponentially. Look, I can't help it. It's kind of a pessimistic view, but when I look at the astrology, it is disturbing, to say the least. The good thing is, though, that yes, there's destruction, yes, but what will come out of this is a new world order. Things will change. I mean, irrevocably change. And I think after the beginning of 2021, it's kind of peaceful for a while. But I'm not going to go into that. This is a very deep and very intense time, and time will tell as to how this will play out. Many of you are already feeling this change and transformation, and things are coming up. Pluto brings stuff up from the dark, out of the darkness into the light to be addressed. Secrets come out. Governments, we've already been seeing that. You see, we feel this before, and we'll be feeling it for the whole of 2020, not to mention other things that are going on later in the year. So what I will say, yes, all these old structures and paradigms will be restructured. They'll be brought down. And, I mean, I'm going into this in a lot more depth on my Patreon page. I'm going to be creating videos for the year for the signs. So I am currently working on those and I've been studying this for a while, and I've been really looking at what's going on for each sign and how they are affected. But I will say this in general, this is all like outward energy, because in Capricorn it's all yang energy, it's male energy, it's going out, it's explosive. And that's the same with Uranus. It's been in retrograde, so it's kind of within and going, when a planet goes retrograde, it kind of goes in, right? So we need to bring the yin energy out, and the way to do the yin, the way to balance this with yin energy is to go within. Going within, we can quieten our mind. We don't have to be frightened. When we are at peace within, then we experience peace without, and we can hear ideas and solutions to what we think is our problems are. We need to be bigger than our problems, is what we need to be. And we can do that by going inside. So meditation is so important, and that'll bring us into the yin within, right? The yin within. We need to connect with a divine feminine. We need to be receptive and not pushing out, because this is all pushing out, right? This is all male yang energy. So we need to get in touch with the yin. We need to be the calm within the storm. And we'll get through this, darling. We'll get through this together. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Libra, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for, let me just check on my sound. want to make sure everything is happening as it should, and so it is. So this is the tarot card section of your reading for January the 6th through the 12th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for January the 6th through the 12th to get through this very challenging time? And Libra, you are a cardinal sign, so you will be affected by this full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer, and also by all this astrological event with all the planets in Capricorn. You will square that, so you're going to get it. Okay, 3 cards for, there we go, 2 more cards for oh sorry, 1 more card, but 2 more cards came out. Oh my god, no, 10. I'm gonna let that one go, and I'm gonna keep that one that was on upside down. So 4. Put the others that were hidden away. Okay, now let's go to your clarifying cards for Libra. There's crossover here, Libra, so check out your sun, moon, and rising in the description box below for all the links. Okay. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra through these clarifying cards for January the 6th through the 12th? Please clarify the, okay. And please clarify the, there it is. Wow, it's, yes, there's definitely crossover here. And please clarify the, oh, too many came, oh, 2. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them for sure. Okay, now let's take a look at your cards, Libra, shall we? Okay, the first card out for you is the 8 of Cups, clarified by the 7 of Wands. Then you have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the King of Cups. These guys have come in quite a bit, and this one. Then you have the 10 of Cups with the 6 of Swords. And then you have the 10 of Swords, clarifying it with the 5 of Swords. Oh, very interesting. Libra. Okay, the first card out is the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups comes in when you kind of just want to, leave. You just want to move away, go to a quiet island, and get away from everything. And usually it's because you want more meaning in your life. You're tired of, contentions and situations that cause you angst, and you just want more. You want a spiritual meaning. You want to connect with your life purpose, that kind of thing. Now, clarifying this is the 7 of Wands. So this is standing up for what you know is right. And it's standing up in a way that's not dogmatic. It's coming from the higher perspective. So it's about standing up for what you know is right in your heart, no matter, even if it's difficult. So it's going against the crowd almost. I read something today that was really, that it's not something I haven't read before, but it was said in a different way. And it was talking about, are you going to be a seed person? Are you going to plant the seeds for change ahead? Or are you just going to be, sheep going along, but do you want to stand out? Do you want to stand out? Do you want to put your head above the parapet? Where it's kind of dangerous, where it's uncomfortable, but where you're going to be an example, and you are going to leave a mark in the world, kind of thing. You're going to stand up for what you know is right. Take the right kind of action. and look, he's coming from a higher perspective, and he's, you know, he's really kind of, it's almost like he's, you know, so this is a way to, you know, I usually use a jury kind of to explain or to illustrate this card. It's like you're, you know, you're in a jury and you've been on this long case, and it's Friday, and you've got to come up with a, you know, you've got to come up with a verdict, and nobody wants to be sequestered. So everyone's going guilty, 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 guilty. They just want to get home. They're like, oh yeah, he's guilty, or she's guilty, whatever. And they're guilty. And, you know, in your heart, you're like, wait, there is doubt here. You know, I'm not so sure. You know, I don't want to be sequestered. I want to go home too. I've got enough of this thing. But really, you know, this is someone's life. I have a responsibility to stand up and to say what I really think. And so everyone's against you, and they're all like, you know, giving you looks, and they're like, oh my God, can't you just see they're guilty, you know? And but it's coming to the table like this. It's saying, I understand what you're saying. However, I see it like this, and it's not about backing down. It's really about standing up what you know is right, no matter what. You know, yes, maybe people are going to hate you for a while. They're going to be uncomfortable with it, but that's what you need to do. You have to do what you, in your heart, know is right. So you've got to know your heart too. So it's not about giving up and just walking away and just saying, you know, forget this. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm really going to stand up like Pontius Pilate did. He washed his hands of the whole situation and said, you decide. No, no. You have to kind of, you know, don't be Switzerland. You've got to really pick a side and stand up for it. Whatever that is, it can be for you, but it can be for somebody else. Now, the next card out is the Knight of Cups, and this is a beautiful gift of love. You know, this could be love coming in. This can be intuition, psychic ability. This is about knowing your gut feeling, trusting your gut feeling, and you know, it's like a message of love. Somebody can come in, and you know, it can be, you know, a fire lit under your relationship, and romance coming in to your current relationship, or somebody new coming in that's kind of exciting, and it's a nice feeling of love, right? Now, underneath this, clarifying this Knight of Cups, you know, he's known as the Knight of Love, the Knight in shining armor, you know, is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is all about controlling your emotions, mastering your emotions. So you need to be, don't kind of run off with this feeling of, oh, I'm in love with a wonderful person, you know. Whatever this is, you kind of need to temper your emotions to master them. This is a maturity that he's been around for ages. He's a well of emotions, but he has learned through the years to control them and master them. And he doesn't get fazed by anything anymore. So it's like, take everything in stride, right? Take it in stride. Don't go over the top. Don't jump in the deep end declaring love. I know people that do that all the time. And, you know, their relationships never last because they just go gung-ho, you know, into something without getting to know the person. So it's you know, easy does it, stallion. Easy, stallion, easy. Don't get swept away in your emotions. Don't walk away because of your emotions, right? Because you want to give up. And here we have this energy. And it's this happy family, right? We've got these opposing energies, which is that's what's happening in the celestial sky, right? It's opposing energies, you know, the happy home life, right? And that, and yet there's kind of leaving this behind, right? Because you've got this, maybe you're leaving a a relationship behind. Some of you Libra. Or maybe you're moving away from your home. Because look, you've got the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is about moving away to calmer waters and greener pastures. So maybe there's been an emotional turmoil, right? And so I'm going to take this first, because right under this, look, is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is betrayal and pain and suffering from the past. And really, the thing about tens is that tens are endings and beginnings. So this is the ending of this pain and suffering and torture. So maybe you've been in a situation at home that's caused you some angst and some real turmoil, right? Because also right next to this is the Seven of Swords, which is, lying and betrayal yet again, somebody not being honest. So some of you may have a relationship at home that is not as happy as it seems, or as maybe even you thought, or maybe you are hanging on to the idea of the happy family, but it's not a healthy situation. Libra, you may be in a situation that's not a healthy situation. You may be in a relationship that's where they betrayed and they've cheated on you, and you feel betrayed. They've stabbed you in the back. They've taken you for a ride, kind of thing. And it's time to move on. And this is a general reading, guys. So I feel that this is time to move on. I think that you will find there's something much better out there for you. I feel that you're hanging on to this idea of this happy family, and this relationship has it's past its expiration date, and this is probably what's going to come up for you with the eclipse, and with the with the astrological event. But honestly, I feel that you've known this. It's you've been suffering with this for a while. I feel that it's the end. And I think that's why you kind of want to move on, because you've got this conflict. You're tired of this conflict. You want something a lot more meaningful, And I feel that you will get this. You're going to get the message. You're going to know that you need to move on. And look, there's always fear of moving on, because there's no guarantee that you can survive, or, that you're doing the right thing. You don't know how things are going to turn out. But when the Six of Swords comes in, it's saying, move on. There's calmer waters, and there's much better out there for you. You deserve much better. You do deserve this love. I feel that some of you aren't getting it. And don't forget, this is a general reading, guys. So not everybody should take it like this. But there's definitely something going on at home that's causing you. I mean, look, this could be roommates, or it could be, visitors. But there's a pain at home. There's pain and suffering. And you have experienced some betrayal, and that can be family. Family betrayed you, but somebody is not being above board. Somebody's cheated on you, or not telling you the truth. They're hiding stuff from you. It's not a good situation at home, and you do know that. This can be intuition and psychic ability, that the Knight of Cups, and it's it's about moving on. The Knight is about movement, moving forward, moving towards love with an open heart. Master your emotions, get it together, and move on. Definitely. Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and share and comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to let you know that this is a viewer supported channel. So if you could check out my Patreon page, and perhaps donate a one-time donation, or $1 a month, as little as $1 a month. It's $12 a year. It's not a lot, but I can do a lot with that. And of course, no pressure, just like, share, comment, and subscribe if that's what you can do. I really appreciate that too. And also, my videos have advertising on it, and if you could watch the advertisement all the way through, that would be a big help. I get paid for that too. I mean, every little helps. And of course, more than anything, if you can, purchase a reading from me, because that's what I love to do. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here all the way to the end. And don't forget to join my Facebook group so we can hang out there. I love you all. Thank you. Mwah. I'll see you next week.